Alright, so 100 days flat with no structures. Let's see how this goes. Gotta be kinda repetitive and hard since there's no structures. However, I do believe at some point in this, sort of mini series of 100 days, we can eventually get villagers. Now, yeah, it's gotta be a lot of repetitive tasks as I said, but yeah, hopefully you'll all enjoy. But anyways, after rambling, let's just get into it and get into day one. So here we are on day one. A lot of the resources I need to actually do things in this challenge rely on this bonus chest. That includes things like the saplings and the apples and everything else. And for some reason I decided to venture out instead of building at 0-0, even though there's nothing else out there, but whilst doing that I also killed the cows. No real reason, just did because I wanted to. And then my first base was underground because, I cannot for the life of me be asked to wait for trees to grow to build a house right now. And then I used that dirt to basically create sort of a temporary wall around what would be my sort of miniature crop farm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then after that I decided to create a sort of miniature path, to pretty much everything which is in my base so far. And yeah, then I decided to plant the trees from the bonus chest. And then I decided to do more path work, except this is more for spawn proofing everywhere, I even did it around the trees. And that was it for day one. Day two, the trees had grown which I planted, so I thought, hey, let's just chop them down. Might need this wood for something, I don't know what, but maybe something. And then yeah, after getting more saplings from chopping down the trees, I decided to expand the tree farm. And yeah, no real reason, just did. And yeah, on day 3 I pretty much dig more path blocks around the tree area. Basically, paths aren't a full block so no mobs can spawn on it. Day 4 I started working on the mob grinder so I can get iron from zombies. Yeah, I will need that. And this continued on to day 5 where I was adding the trapdoors. Basically they'd think it's a full block and they'd try and walk over it and they'd eventually fall down. It may sound weird, but it works if the trapdoors are open. And yeah, on day 6 I was doing the walls, and yeah, not really much else, just continuing working on this since there's multiple layers. On day 7 I was working on the roof of this, and I'd also add another layer of the roof which had spawn proof so that nothing spawns on the top of the roof, so that everything can only spawn in the mob grinder itself. Day 8 I killed myself so I'd get back up to full health. Luckily I knew where my stuff was. And on day 9 I went back to working on the roof of the mob farm, well, the second layer of it, which had spawn proof so nothing spawns on here as I explained before. Yeah, it should all work out in the end. And this continued into day 10, yeah, this was a long project, but not that long. And not that long because on day 11 I finally finished, just decided to check to make sure that everything in there was dark, and yeah, pretty much all was, so now that mob should actually spawn in here. And as you can see it actually does work, so yeah, that's nice. Day 12 I went back down to chopping trees for no real reason. A lot of days are like this. Day 13 I was digging a hole. This would basically be the hole which would house my pigs which I'd use to eventually get zombified piglins to get gold. Yeah, it's a long process. But yeah, eventually on day 13 I managed to get the pigs, which is nice. And on day 14 I was still digging the pig pen. Yeah, I got the pigs but it's still not done. But yeah, this should be done now, so now I'm gonna let the pigs free. Well, free into more of this hole, yeah. And on day 14, yeah, I got carrot at one point from the zombies so I decided to plant it. Yeah. And on day 15 I was spawn proofing more around the area by digging path blocks. Already explained what this does, so yeah, this is pretty much it. And many days are going to be like this as well, where this is what I mainly do. And yeah, as I said before, many days as well are going to be like this on day 16 where I just chop trees. Yeah. And some days like day 17 I don't do anything at all, I'm just AFK for some reason. I don't know why, just am. And as you can see on day 18 went back to shoveling. Yeah, shoveling, spawn proofing, you know what I mean. Yeah, as you can see I've also got a lot of shovels. Yeah, by the way on day 19 I have bees now. Yeah, sometimes from trees bee nests can spawn on them. Yeah. And yeah, on day 20 I got my first iron ingot by the way, from a zombie. In day 21 it was back to spawn proofing so the mob grinder would be more efficient. Yeah. And on day 22 I was pretty much fencing off most of my areas. This included the pig pen and also my crop farms, which you'll see in just a sec. yeah, as you can see, basically fencing off my crop farms as well. Got rid of that dirt wall, which was kind of weird, and actually replaced it with some actual walling. Well, not walling, it's fences, but yeah, this is the best I got since I got no stone. And on day 23, after bone mealing some of the grass, I managed to get wheat, which serves no real purpose other than breeding sheep, which at some point I'll get. And yeah, on day 24, it was just another farming day. Yeah, that's basically it. And day 25 was another shoveling day. Okay, everything's starting to get repetitive now. And on day 26, I started work on digging a hole for where the sheep would be. Yeah, I said I was going to get sheep, didn't I? Yeah. And also on day 26, I got a charge creep to explode on this zombie so I get a zombie head. No, I died, but still, I managed to get it in the end. And as you can see, there it is right there. You know, was very lucky. And on day 27, after killing some wandering traders at one point and using some leads, I pretty much led the sheep back here. And yeah, I got the sheep in, by the way, just pretty much expanding the rest of this. And yeah, now it's done. Yeah, that's it. It's done. And on day 28, I did some shovel and swarm proofing, but this time it was for a good purpose around the sheep pen. Yeah. And on day 29, I started construction on what would soon be my new house. Yeah, been living in a hole for a while. And on day 30, I've pretty much been starting building on this roof. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing with this house. And also on day 30, I managed to finish it with the last little bits of blocks for the roof. And yeah, a slime started to try and attack me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Day 31, I was AFK. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else, I was AFK. Yeah. And this also continued into day 32. I need to do something, you know, build a new house. On day 33, you guessed it, it's another day chopping down trees for no real reason. Well, might be a reason, you know, later, yeah. But on day 34, something different, I decided to breed the pigs, because I want a lot of them. Day 35 was a day of farming potatoes. This is basically so I could breed more pigs, so I could get more pigs to turn into zombified pigling for more gold. But yeah, it's gotta be a while since I do things like that, so on day 36 was just another day of spawn proofing. Yeah. And on day 37 it was also another day of spawn proofing. Jesus Christ. But aside from my lack of enthusiasm there, on day 38 I managed to get my second iron ingot, if you can see there, one step closer to getting the cauldron and the bucket for water. But yeah, on day 39 it was back to shoveling. Hey, Jesus. But on day 40, on them days where I was chopping down trees, managed to get a lot of wood as well as a lot of saplings, so I expanded my tree farm. And on day 41 I actually used that wood for a good purpose, as I used trapdoors which would be used in my mob grinder to basically create another layer so more mobs would spawn. Yeah. Which I managed to complete on day 42. And on day 43 I was covering the hole which the charge group made. Yeah, just don't want a random ass hole here, you know. Day 44 was just another day of AFKing. Nothing really much, just AFKing. And day 45 was just another day chopping down trees. Maybe I add another layer to my mob grinder, maybe not, but it's best just chopping down anyways. And day 46 I decided to actually bone meal some area outside of my base where it wasn't spawn proof, and this was basically to get some seeds and some flowers. I don't really remember why though. Well, now I remember why. It was basically to get bees to basically pollinate shit and basically for them to fill their hive with honey, which I'll never be able to collect without pissing them off because, yeah, I don't have any campfires. One thing I wanted to do, however, was basically build a villager breeder with using all of that wood. I guess all the wood did serve a purpose other than just adding another layer to the mob grinder. Yeah. And yeah, even though it's got to be a long time before I get villagers, just decided to do this anyways, because why not? And on day 49, it's done. Just going to add these two beds in here, and yeah, all happy days. And day 50, we're halfway there, nothing special, so yeah, yes, just doing this, I guess. And day 51, I decided to create what would basically be a slime block, which, you know, I would expand every time I got more slime. Yeah, I guess it shows a symbol of how many slimes I've killed. Day 52, I was back to farming, and I actually ran out of bone meal, so I just decided to harvest it anyways. Day 53, I used the mushroom I got in the bones chest to create a giant brown mushroom. No real reason for having that, but just decided to leave it there. And day 54, I was basically just doing some redecorating here, as you can see. Very, very nice. And yeah, these days don't exist because I forgot to record. All you need to know that what happens during those days was that I got 2 extra pieces of iron. No one will believe me though, which is kind of sad. But would you believe me is that on day 61 I got a 6th piece of iron. Just one more, then I'll be able to get a cauldron. Day 62 was just a normal day of just breeding the pigs, because yeah, I want more pigs. More of them. And on day 63 I thought it would just be a normal day chopping down trees, and you know, that was it. But would you believe me, is on day 63 I got the final piece of iron I needed for a cauldron. I still need 3 more iron for a bucket to collect water from the cauldron though. And yeah, as you can see, day 64, I got the cauldron. Just gotta place it here, and hopefully at some point it'll rain, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to get some water. But yeah, on day 65, not really much. I guess here's some footage of me trying to, you know, kill some monsters I guess, but mainly just waiting for, you know, it to rain. And yeah, same on day 66, just really chopping down trees whilst waiting. And yeah, day 67, adding more flowers around the bee nests. And yeah, day 68, something interesting. This happened. But yeah, on the night of day 68, it rained and I finally had the cauldron filled with water. This was very, very nice. Now I just need a bucket to collect it. And nothing funny about this day, but I was basically breeding the pigs with carrots instead of potatoes this time. Doesn't really make a difference, but yeah, felt the need to point that out for some reason. And yeah, I'm basically now just waiting for iron to drop from zombies to get a bucket, so yeah, mainly the day's just waiting now. Though on day 71 I started work on this sort of mini project, well, you could say mini, pretty much basically using all the wood I chopped down for the trees to basically create one giant tree. It'll look good at some point. And there it is, you know, a giant tree built on day 71. No leaves though, because I don't want to use my iron on, you know, shears, just for, you know, sort of mini projects for vanity. And yeah, from the rain at one point on day 72, as you can see, the crop's now hydrated, so I feel as though it's time to just farm, you know, take advantage of it. Day 73, I noticed that a lot of spiders were clogging up the mob grinder. This could be a problem. And hopefully a problem which I can fix, as day 74 I decided to start putting carpets in the mob grinders to prevent spiders from spawning. Don't really need them, so yeah. And on day 75 I started breeding the sheep so I could actually get more wool for more of the carpets to prevent spiders from spawning in the mob grinder. Yeah. And day 76, that should be all of the carpets in. Now almost little to no spiders should spawn in here. I hope at least. I really, really do. Hey guys, can you guess what I was doing on day 77? You guessed it, I was pretty much chopping down trees. Though, yeah, not really much else. And the same was true on day 78. There's no real need for me to even collect wood, but I don't have anything else better to do. But on day 79, I guess it's something slightly interesting as I'm doing something different. Basically building the ladder to the mob grinders to always check if anything goes wrong. Yeah. And at one point I noticed more spiders were spawning in still, so I decided to put more carpets in the mob grinder on day 80. Yeah, hopefully this should work. And I must have missed a few spots in that mob grinder because I was still killing sheep for more carpets. Yeah. But on day 82 I was still killing, you know, and I got my next piece of iron ingot. In day 83 I was AFK pretty much waiting for more mobs to spawn so I could get more iron. And day 84 I was back to breeding the sheep because I was kind of running out of some on day 81. Yeah, as you saw there were no adult sheep left. And these next few days I was just AFKing. I don't really remember what I was doing, you know, I was kind of just mainly waiting for, you know, more iron to drop. Because yeah, that's kind of what you have to do in this challenge. You have to do a lot of waiting, you know, to get a lot of shit since there are no structures. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Yeah. However, as you can see on day 89, you know, during them times where I'm AFKing, I do go back and I do eventually kill some of the mobs. Yeah, it's all just to get more iron from zombies. Hey, it's a long process, I'll tell you that. Yeah. And yeah, day 90 was just more of the same of day 89, pretty much showing you what I do in between AFK sessions. But yeah, really, most of the time, all I was doing was AFK, not really much else. Oh yeah, I got the Illager banner by the way, because on day, what was it, day 66, 67, 68, I killed the pillagers, as you saw before, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but yeah, pretty nice to have it there. Day 92, even after all of these carpets, I believe there was still more spiders clogging up the farm, you know? I needed to just stop, I need more zombies for more iron, man. And yeah, day 93, you guessed it, I was back to AFK doing absolutely nothing but waiting for more iron. Yeah, this is all for a bucket so I can collect the water. If I haven't mentioned, I probably have before. On day 94 I killed a witch. Yeah, might need these at some point, but yeah, I'm not saving them now. It's very late into the game with this challenge where I actually need a witch for shit. Yeah. On day 95, my theory was correct and that spiders are still clogging up the mob farm. Or the mob grind or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this, it's really annoying. But it's not all bad as the mob farm still produces and I got my next piece of iron. Yeah, just need one more and then I'll be able to create a bucket and I can get water and then I can do so many things which I want to do and so many things which I need to do. It'll all be very, very nice in the end, I feel like. But yeah, day 97, 98 and 99 was pretty much just waiting for both the last piece of iron and also waiting until it was day 100. Yeah, a lot of things were kind of repetitive as I said before in this challenge, so yeah, hopefully in 200 days it'll be better. But on day 100 I basically decided to build this sign which said 100 and thought it was something different, something nice which I could do. Yeah. And there it is, very nice, not much but I like it. Yeah, that's pretty much it on day 100. And yeah, as the game froze, I think I deserve a long rest. But yeah, that's it. We didn't reach our goals, but hopefully we'll reach it in 200 days, and hopefully we'll get that last piece of iron to create a bucket to collect the water. And yeah, we can actually still continue with what we were planning to do, which in the end hopefully should result in us getting villagers. But anyways lads, I'm going to end off the video here. Hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next time.